My grandmother was just a baby when her family escaped anti-Semitism in Russia and made their way to America through Ellis Island, where she was welcomed by the Statue of Liberty. She and her 5 older brothers grew up to live the true American dream. And many of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle have similar stories. It's what makes our country truly special. It's also why I'm especially proud to represent New York City and the district with Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, which is honoring its long history of welcoming immigrants with open arms by providing essential shelter and services for migrants escaping crumbling governments and dangerous gangs in their home countries. But the federal government must do its fair share so that the responsibility of providing for newly arrived migrant families does not fall solely on local and state governments. Although I and my Democratic colleagues are determined to pass desperately needed immigration reform to streamline the asylum process, add immigration judges, provide more visas up and down the ladder, ensure our border is secure, pass a pathway to citizenship, but unfortunately we don't have a good faith partner across the aisle interested in such much needed reforms. And absent Republican engagement in bipartisan legislation, it thus falls to the Biden administration to address these issues with their limited resources. But one thing they can do and must do is use their discretion to extend temporary protected status for immigrants from Central America and the Northern Triangle. This would allow them to work legally, support themselves and their families, and contribute to our economy and tax revenues. But it's not just a win for the migrants, it's a win for American businesses, which have spoken out loud and clear in support of such an executive action to address their labor shortages as our economy continues to boom under President Biden. And of course, it's a win for cities like New York, which is spending $50 million per week to house, feed, vaccinate, and support these new arrivals, because the migrants would be able to support themselves. Just as my family benefited from the opportunity to live the American dream, we must make it available to others who come to our shores seeking the same thing. It's what makes this country so special. Let's never forget that.